What's going on, YouTube? Thomas L here. The films for the 2019 Sundance Film Festival have been revealed. Now, here's all the 112 lineups that's going to premiere at Sundance in January. All right. For the U.S. dramatic competition, the films that set to premiere there are Before You Know It, which is a film that is directed by Hannah Pearl and stars the likes of Hannah Pearl, Jan Tulloch, Judith Light, Manny Patinkin, Luke Cage himself, Mike Coulter, and Alec Baldwin. Here's what that film is about. A long-kept family secret trust codependent, dirty-something sisters, Rachel and Jackie Kerner, into a literal soap opera, a journey that proves that you really can come of age at any age. Could be interesting. Also, another film premiering is a film called Big Time Outdoor Stunts, which is directed by Jason Orley and stars the likes of Pete Davidson, Griffin Gluck, John Cryer, Sydney Sweeney, Emily Orlock, and Machine Gun Kelly. The film is about a suburban teenager comes of age under the destructive guidance of his best friend, a charismatic college dropout. I'm pretty sure Pete Davidson is playing the dropout. That's literally a role that I could see Pete Davidson playing. And Griffin Gluck would most likely be the high schooler, so that kind of sounds pretty interesting. Okay, next up is a film called Brittany Runs a Marathon, which is directed by Paul Downs Colazzo, and is about a woman living in New York takes control of her life one city block at a time. The cast in this includes 22 Jump Street, my bad. 22 Jump Street actress Jillian Bell, Michaela Watkins, Urtkash Amludgar, Lowell Howie from Get Out fame, Alice Eve, and Alice Lee, man. Why did I say Alice Eve? Anyway. And loads of other. So, premiering there is a film called Clemency, which stars the likes of Alfred Woodard, Aldous Hodge, The Good Doctors, Richard Schiff, Wendell Pierce, Donnell Brooks for all you Orange is the New Black fans. And here's the synopsis. Years of carrying out death row executions have taken a toll on prison warden Bernadine Williams as she prepares to execute another inmate. Bernadine must confront the psychological and emotional demons her job creates, ultimately connecting her to the man she is sanctioned to kill. My bad. Anyway. Also, premiering on this is a film called The Farewell, which is directed by Lulu Wang and stars the likes of Aquafina, who was awesome in Crazy Rich Asians, Tasma, a few other people. And Aquafina plays a Chinese American woman who returns to China when her beloved grandmother is given a terminal diagnosis. So she, struggles with her family's decision to keep her grandma in the dark about her illness as they all stage an impromptu wedding to see grandma one last time. Aquafina, she's someone to keep your eye out for. She was good in Ocean's 8. She was also good at hosting SNL. I thought she did a good job there. So yeah, I'm really intrigued by The Farewell. Also on premiering is a film called Hella, which stars this actress named Gardine Viswanathan. She played John Cena's daughter in that movie Blockers. She was really good in that movie, by the way. And anyway, she stars as a Muslim teenager named Hella who copes with the unraveling of her family as she comes into her own. All right, next. That could be pretty good. I mean, like I say, Garlandine was really good in Blockers, so can't wait to see what she could do in something like this. And besides her, the film also has Val Kilmer's son, Jack Kilmer, Gabriel Luna, Anna Klumsky, aka My Girl. All right. Also premiering there is a film called Honey Boy, which is directed by Elma Hurwell. And get this, it's a biopic about Shia LaBeouf. That's right. A biopic about Transformers and Even Stevens star Shia LaBeouf. And Shia LaBeouf actually plays his own dad in this, while Lucas Hedges plays the older Shia LaBeouf, while Quiet Place star Noah Jupe plays the younger Shia LaBeouf. I gotta say, this could be something interesting. I mean, Shia LaBeouf is an awesome actor, so I'm really curious to see how a movie about his life could turn out. Well, we gotta wait and see, but I'm intrigued. There's a film called Imaginary Order, which is directed by Deborah Eisenstadt and stars Wendy McClellan-Covey from The Goldbergs, Christine Woods, Max Burkholder from The Purge, and Steve Lill, Catherine Curtin, a few other people. Also on premiere at Sundance is a film called The Last Black Men in San Francisco. Now, I recently did my 10 anticipated H.4 movies in next year, and this film actually ended up in that list. But anyway, the film stars Jonathan Majors, who was just seen in that movie White Boy Rick, Rob Morgan, Tashina Arnold, Danny Glover. A few interesting cast members, so probably going to give this one a go whenever it comes out. Also at this week, also premiere at Sundance is a film called Loose, which is directed by Julius Ona, who I believe just directed that film Overlord, which was awesome. And anyway, this film stars the likes of Naomi Watts, Octavia Spencer, Kelvin Harrison Jr., Tim Roth, and a few other people. And it's about a married couple who is forced to reckon with their idolized image of their son, who's adopted from war-torn Eritrea after an alarming discovery by devoted high school teacher drains his status as an all-star student. Wow, that's interesting. Anyway, also coming to Sundance is the film Miss Purple, which is directed by Twilight actor Justin Chan. A film called Native Son, which stars the likes of Asher Sanders, Margaret Crowley, Nick Robinson, Kiki Lane, who's also in that new movie If Beale Street Could Talk. Sanaa Lathan is in this. And this film is also being released by A24, so that's pretty cool. All right. Also premiering at Sundance is a film called Cher, which is directed by Pippa Bianco and stars the likes of Rhiannon Barreto, Charlie Plummer, a few other people. All right. Also premiering at Sundance is a film called The Sound of Silence, which stars the likes of Peter Sarsgaard, Rashida Jones, Tony Verboe, and Austin Pendleton. And it's directed by Michael Turbiewski. To be honest, I'm not going to read all the synopsis here, so what I'm going to do is once I'm done with this, I'll probably just leave a link to the article below, and you can probably check out the synopsis if you want. All right. Anyway, also, premiere on Sundance is a film called Them That Follow, which which is directed by Britt Politon and Dan Madison, and stars the likes of Olivia Colman, Caitlin Dever, Alice Englert, Jim Gaffigan, Walton Goggins, Thomas Mann, a few other people. Also, premiere at Sundance is a film called To the Stars, which is directed by Martha Stevens and stars the likes of Kara Hayward, Liana Liberto, Jordana Sparrow, Shea Wiggum, Mullen Ackerman, and Tony Hale. All right, that's pretty much the dramatic competition. Now, the U.S. documentary competition, these are the docs that set your premiere. Anyway, the docs that set your premiere are Always in Season, which is directed by Jacqueline Olive. American Factory, which is directed by Stephen Bugnar. Apollo 11, which is, of course, about a documentary about the Apollo 11 spacecraft. That's directed by Todd Douglas. Badlam, directed by Kenneth Paul Rosenberg. The music doc David Crosby, Remember My Name, which is directed by A.J. Eden. Hail Satan, which is directed by Penny Lane. Jawline, which is directed by Liza Manlep. The doc Knock Down the House, which is directed by Rachel Ayers. And it's a documentary about Congresswoman Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez. All right. Another doc premiering is Midnight Family, which is directed by Luke Lorenstein. The documentary Mike Wallace is Here, which is directed by Avi Belkin. And that's, of course, the doc about 60 Minutes newsman Mike Wallace. There's also Moonlight Sonata Deafness in Dream Movements, which is directed by Iron Taylor Brodsky. The doc One China Nation, which is directed by Natfu Wang and Jelazing Zhang. Pauki, which is directed by Aveti Lucas and Patrick Bresnan. Tigerland, which is directed by Ross Kaufman and is produced by Fisher Stevens. A Untitled Amazing Jonathan documentary, which is directed by Ben Berman. Where's My Roy Cohen, which is directed by Matt Trizon. All right, now the World Cinema Dramatic Competitions includes Dirty God, which is directed by Sasha Baholak. Divine Love, which is directed by Gabriel Mascaro. Doyle's Fine Jaranata, which is directed by Jigak Burak. Judy and Punch, which is directed by Maria Focus, and it stars Mia Wasikowska, who is awesome, by the way. Coco Da, which is directed by Jonathan Nyholm. The Last Tree, which is directed by Shola Omo. Manos, which is directed by Alessandro Lendes. Queen of Hearts, which is directed by May L. Tokai. The Sharks, which is directed by Luca Jerry Bodley. The Souvenir, which is directed by Joanna Hoggs and stars Robert Pattinson, Tilda Swinton's in this. A few other interesting players. This is Not Berlin, which is directed by Harry Sama. We Are Little Zombies, which is directed by Makoto Nagashiya. Now, the World Cinema Documentary Competition, which is more docs, that's its premiere, includes Advocate, which is directed by Rachel Leah Jones. Case Hamajoskujoy, which is directed by Mads Brugger. A Untitled Brazil documentary, which is directed by Petra Costa. The Disappearance of My Mother, which is directed by Benimino Barras. Gaza, which is directed by Gary Kane and Andrew McNaughton. Honeyland, which is directed by Lujnubur Stefan. I'm most likely butcher that name. Sorry. There's Lupu, which is directed by John Pablo Palaniaco. The Magic Life of V. Midnight Traveler. Sea of Shadows. Shooting the Mafia. Stage Lawson, The Man Who Played with Fire, which is actually a documentary about it's a documentary about the author of Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Could be interesting. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo movies are awesome. Besides the recent one that was garbage, but that's another topic for another time. All right, now the final ones that set your premiere at Sundance are a film called Adam, which is a coming-of-age film that stars Nicholas Alexander, Idina Menzu, Leo Sheng, Chloe Leveland, and Margaret Qualley. Give Me Liberty, which is directed by Karel Mykanoviczewski. There's Light from Light, which is directed by Paul Harrell and stars Marin Ireland, Jim Gaffigan, Josh Williams, a few others. There's a sci-fi film premiere at Sundance called Paradise Hills, which is directed by Alice Weddington and stars the likes of Emma Roberts, Danelle McDonald, Awkwafina, Eliza Gonzalez, Mila Jovovich, Jeremy Irving. There's a film called Premature, which is directed by Rashad Ernesto Green and stars the likes of Zora Hayward, Joshua Boone, Michelle Wilson, Alexis Marie Went, Amani Lewis, and Tashiana Washington. There's a film called Shiel and the Spades, which is directed by Tyresha Poe and stars the likes of Lovey Simone, Celeste O'Connor, Jarrell Jerome, Gina Torres, and for all you Grey's Anatomy fans, Jesse Williams. There's also Sister Amy, which is directed by Samantha Buck and Marie Schillingman, and stars the likes of Anna Margaret Hollyman, Micah Mosley, Julie White, Macon Blair, the others. There's The Death of Dick Long, which is directed by Daniel Shinart and stars the likes of Michael Abbott Jr., Virginia Newcomb, Andre Holland, Sarah Baker, and Jess Wexler. There is The Infiltrators, which is directed by Alex Rivera and Christine Abrera. There's The Wolf Hour, which is directed by Alistair Banks Griffin and stars the likes of Naomi Watts, Mary Cohen, Jennifer Ale, and Kelvin Harrison Jr. There's After the Wedding, which is actually a remake of a Danish film, and this one is directed by Bart Freilich and stars the likes of Julianne Moore, Michelle Williams, Billy Crudup, Abby Quinn, and a few others. There's a film called Animals, which is directed by Sophie Hyde and stars Holiday Granger and Alaya Swakot. Alaya is awesome, by the way. There's a film called Blinded by the Light, which stars Haley Atwell and Rob Brydon for all you fans of the movie The Trip. There's a film about Ted Bundy called Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil, and Vile. I don't know. I know it's a movie about Ted Bundy, who's a famous serial killer. But I gotta say, something about this sounds awesome. I mean, for one, it's directed by Joe Berlinger, who also did the Blair Witch sequel, which was whatever. But this here also stars the likes of Zac Efron, who's playing Ted Bundy, Lily Collins, Haley Joel Osment, Kaya Scodelario, who was in the Maze Runner films, John Malkovich, and Jim Parsons. And the lead singer from Metallica is also in this too, so for you Metallica fans. There's a film called I Am Mother, which is directed by Grant Spochar and stars the likes of Hilary Swank, Clara Regard, and Rose Byrne. There's a comedy called Late Night, which is directed by Nisha Jenna Tarara and stars the likes of Emma Thompson, Mindy Kaling, John Lithgow, Amy Ryan, Paul Walter Hauser, and Reed Scott. There's a film called Official Secrets, which is directed by X-Men Origins Wolverine director Gavin Hood and stars the likes of Keira Knightley, Matt Smith, Ralph Fiennes, Matthew Good, and Risa Fons. There's Photograph, which is directed by Ridesh Batra. There's a film called Relieve, which is directed by Mean Creek director Jacob Estes and stars the likes of Dave Aiello, Arinka Times, Storm Reed, Mike Hunhai Williamson, Alfred Molina, and Brian Tyree Henry. There's Sanja the White Swan. There's a film called The Mustang, which is a remake of a foreign film. This one is directed by Laurie D. Clermont Tenry and stars the likes of Madas Skonosh, who was in that movie Rust and Bone. He's a really good French actor. I just never really knew how to pronounce his name that well. But he's actually a really good actor, though. Anyway, other people in this includes Connie Brennan, Bruce Stern, Jason Mitchell, Jadine Adlon, and Josh Stewart. Also premiering at Sundance is The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind, which is directed by Chiwetel Ejiofor, and Ejiofor also stars in this. To change subjects, I cannot wait to hear Ejiofor as Scar in The Lion King. I know this is about the Sundance. I just want to throw that out. All right. There's a Steven Soderbergh produced film called The Report, which is directed by Scott Z. Burns and stars the likes of Adam Driver, Annette Bening, Ben McKenzie for all you Gotham fans, John Hamm, Ted Levine, Mara Turney, Micah C. Hall, a few other people. There's a film called The Sunlight, which is directed by David Wendet and stars the likes of Jenny Slate, Zach Galifianakis, Alex Sharp, Gillian Anderson, and David Paymer. There's The Tomorrow Man. I know this is not a new superhero film, by the way. Anyway, the film is directed by Nobel Jones and stars the likes of John Lithgow and Blythe Danner. Top End Wedding, which is directed by Wayne Blair and stars the likes of Miranda Tapsell, Ghulam Lee, who was awesome in Bohemian Rhapsody. Kerry Fox is in this. A few other people. Troop Zero, which is directed by newcomers Bert and Bertie and stars Viola Davis, McKenna Grace, Jim Gaffigan. Boy, Jim Gaffigan's in a lot of these films. Premiere at Sundance. Anyway, Mike S. is also in this. Charlie Shotwell and Alice Janney. There's the new Netflix film Velvet Buzzsaw, which is directed by Nightcrawler director Dan Gilroy and is produced by the Tale director Jennifer Fox. The cast in this includes Jake Gyllenhaal, Rene Russo. They were both awesome in Nightcrawler. Toni Collette, Tom Strudge, and Stranger Things actress Natalie Dyer. Other stuff from here is the documentary Axe Dr. Ruth, which is directed by Ryan White, and is a doc about famed sex therapist Dr. Ruth, of course. There's Halston, Love, Antosha, which is directed by Garrett Price. Marianne and Leonard, Words of Love, which is a doc about a famed singer Leonard Cohen, who of course sang the classic song Hallelujah. There's also Marietta, How Mom Declinized the Screen. There's a Miles Davis doc called Miles Davis, Birth of the Cool. There's Raise Hell, The Life and Times of Molly Evans, The Great Hack. The Events Are Out for Blood in Silicon Valley, which is directed by Alex Gibney. There's a doc, Toni Morrison, The Pieces I Am, which is directed by Timothy Greenfield Sanders. There's Untouchable, Words from a Bear. Now, for the midnight competition, that's Sundance. There's Greener Grass, which is directed by Jacqueline Debar and stars the likes of Jacqueline Debar, Dawn Luby, Beck Bennett, Neil Casey, Mary Holland, and The Good Place actress D'Arcy Carden. There's Little Monsters, which is directed by Abe Forsyth and stars Lupita Nyong'o and Josh Gad. There's Memory, The Origins of Aelin, which is directed by Alexandra O. Filippi. There's Moat, which is directed by Lucas Hain and stars the likes of Brian Husky, Nathan Stewart Jarrett, Kelly Sarai, Brian Husky, Max Adler, and David Arquette. There's Sweetheart, which is directed by J.D. Dillard, who's also essentially directed that remake of The Fly. Anyway, this film stars the likes of Kirstie Clemens, Omari Cohen. Oh, and not to mention, J.D. Dillard also directed this awesome movie last year called Slay. So I'm really curious to see what his sophomore film is going to be. There's also a film called The Hole in the Ground, which is directed by Lee Cronin. There's The Lodge, which stars Raleigh Coe and is directed by Veronica Friends. Now, for a spotlight, there's Anthropocentrism, The Human Approach, which is directed by Jennifer Balijois. Birds of Passage, which is directed by Christina Gallego. Maiden, which is directed by Alex Holm. The Biggest Little Farm, which is directed by John Chester. The Mountain, which is directed by Rick Alverson and stars the likes of Jeff Goldblum, Ty Sheridan, and Hannah Gross. The Nightingale, which is directed by the Babadook director Jennifer Kent and stars Sam Claflin and a few other people. And, for the youngsters, stuff that's supposed to be premiering includes Abe, which is directed by Fernando Grostein Andrade, The Elephant Queen, which is directed by Kenya. Oh wait, which is directed by Victoria Stone and Mark Deba. My bad. I was reading the one where it says where the country is shot in. Anyway, there's also The Witch Hunters, and that's pretty much all the films that's set to premiere at Sundance in January. Now, Sundance is set to now the Sundance Film Festival will begin on Thursday, January 24th, and will end on Sunday, February 3rd. But I gotta say, lots of these sounds really interesting. I mean, I'm really curious seeing that Ted Bundy film, Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Eva and Vala. The Shia LaBeouf film sounds interesting. I gotta say, I'm kind of looking forward to see these films when they get released. But let me leave it to you guys. What are your thoughts on some of these films that's set to premiere at Sundance? Are there any of these that you kind of find intriguing? Are you looking forward to any of these titles? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is Thomas L. signing off.